All right, today we're talking about how to make video edits on your computer. I got to tell you, once you learn how to edit your own videos, the world opens up to you because because you can instantly broadcast your message. When you have something inside you want to share that, you can do that because you can shoot, you can edit, and you can deliver. Let's talk about that today. Hi, I'm Scott Wilhite, the Record Yourself video coach. I am here to help heart-centered entrepreneurs who want to grow their business and make a difference in the world. And if they believe in doing that through the power of video, I'm here to help you to do that better. So today, if as you listen to that, if you think, you know what, I'm an emerging influencer, I want to make a difference in the world, I want to share my voice, I want to share my talents, and you think that this show might be good for you, make sure that you like this episode, subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll be notified when more episodes come out. So today we're talking about video editing. Now, video editing is part of the process. You know, in some of the videos we talk about lighting, we talk about audio and how to make that really good. But video editing is such a big key because you're going to make mistakes because, well, and you can edit it for interest so that it is more interesting so people will stick with you. Anyway, editing just kind of opens up the world to you to grow into new audiences and bigger and better, really. So when you learn how to do your own editing, it changes the world, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. So I just want to explain that this show is for those emerging influencers, people that they feel like they have a message, and maybe they have a business that they want to grow, and they realize that video is the tool to get them there. Well, I'm happy to help you with this. We're going to go through some things today. You might be interested, just so you know, in my quick start course. It helps you go from your vision to your video in just a matter of 5 days. Happy to help you with that. There'll be a link up there for that. But I wanted to share that with you because that goes more into depth than what we're going to talk about right now. But what I want to share with you is how to make video edits. So with that, we're going to jump over to the computer. Okay, now I did something fun here. So this beginning part, I actually recorded it in Zoom. And again, that's something that I go over in my quick start course, how to do that, how to actually, get started on your very first video. What I'm going to show you today is how to use DaVinci Resolve. I love DaVinci Resolve. It's amazing, has lots of headroom for growth because, you want to learn a platform. Did you like that? You want to learn a platform that lets you grow with it and that doesn't have limitations. I know there's the temptation to start with something super simple, but then once you outgrow that, you're wrestling it, trying to make it work for you. So trust me, you're going to want to learn DaVinci Resolve. One of the two great things about DaVinci Resolve is, first of all, it is easy to use and it has lots of room to grow. But the other thing is it's free. So it's a fantastic way for you to get started in editing and have lots of room to grow. So I'm going to just do an untitled project here. We're going to just test it out. Now, one of the things that I did was, as I recorded my show opening, I actually recorded it simultaneously in Zoom. So while I was talking on my DSLR camera, I was also recording it through Zoom. You can check out some of my other episodes where I talk to you about how to set up your own studio so that you can do things like this, so that you can improve your webcam videos, your Zoom calls, as well as have a really easy way to record your messages. Okay, so so what I did was I recorded through Zoom, and so I saved that file. Now as I drag it into the media pool here, it tells me that the clips have a different frame rate than the current project settings. Isn't that wonderful? DaVinci Resolve is smarter than I am. It says, would I like to change the timeline frame rate and video frame rate to match? Absolutely. DaVinci Resolve, you know more how to do this than I do. And so, of course we want to go with what your ideas are. So right up here is the media pool. So this is where you'll have all of your clips. Now, if you just have one clip like we have, and we're going to edit from that, you can take that And really, if you have multiple clips, of course, you can drag them around. But this is how easy it is to do. Whoa, okay. So I drag that in. It automatically creates a new timeline, names it timeline 1. I can rename that if I'd like to. But I'm gonna grab this, and you can see how I can move it around. It highlights red when it is selected. And as I move it around, you'll see that the two files are together, and maybe you don't even recognize that they're two, but you have the video is on the top layer and then the audio is on the bottom layer. And then what you're going to find out as you get into DaVinci Resolve is there are multiple, you can add multiple layers. In another video, actually, you know what, I'll tell you right now, if you're interested in adding photos to your video too, check out my other video on how to edit a video and add pictures. Super easy. I'm happy to share that with you. But you'll see right now that the two clips are together. A couple things I can do, and you'll see on the audio, you'll see the waveforms down here. So you can see where I'm talking and where I'm not. So we'll just start out. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. Put the slate up. This is how to make video edits on your computer. Okay. Well, we don't want that in the finished video, do we? So I can take this little guy here, it's the playhead. It lets me know where we're playing. I can move it over to where I'm actually starting to talk. And it looks like maybe right there. And then I can take this little guy, it's a razor blade tool, come over here, click that, and then you'll see it made a cut there. I'll go back to the arrow selector. I'm going to just kind of drag and go across here. It grabs both audio video there. I delete it. And then I'm just going to highlight this and delete this. And now this is right at the beginning. All right, today we're talking about how to make video edits on your computer. Hey, awesome. Okay, so I've got that. You know what you might want to do, and I'm just going to zoom in here. Right here is your zoom tool. And zoom will always center around where this playhead is. So maybe I want to zoom in right there, okay? And maybe what I want to do is I want to have a fade up so it's not just a hard, all of a sudden we're there. So I can grab this little guy here in the corner and I can move it over and it gives me some numbers. And that'll say, okay, now I've got like a 3 or a 4 frame fade up or dissolve. So now when I play it, all right, today we're talking. Well, it's a pretty fast. It's a pretty fast fade up there. So I'm just going to add just a couple more frames here. Whoops. A couple more frames here, and then I'll stretch out that fade up to like 6 seconds. And again, push it to the front. All right, today we're talking that's kind of a nice fade up. So that's super easy for you to do. Makes it look way more professional than just starting, you know, a hard start there. Okay, so I do a little opening here. I'm going to zoom out. You can use this to zoom out. I have everything mapped to my computer to my keyboard for faster ways to do it. So. And I do share that in some of my courses, my settings. So it looks like, if I look at my waveforms right here, it looks like there's going to be a break right here. Let's talk about that today. Okay. So so it looks like I end here. So I click. I'm going to. My short key command is the V. So I've enabled my. Anyway, I've picked what I want to have happen. When I hit certain keys, and so very quickly I can edit and say, okay, I want to get rid of that. And then here I go. Hello, I am Scott Wilhite. Oh, okay, so that's where I made a mistake. Well, I don't want to have that in the show, right? So let's edit that out. I'm going to move it right over here, and again, I'll show you the slow way. You hit the razor blade tool, you hit this, and then you hit this, and you delete it. So right in here, I have a space where I can add in my show opening. Let's see. I wonder if I should show you that right now. Or okay, yeah. Let me show you that real quick. Burp, burp. So this is just another media clip, and you can see that I look a little different. But here's my show opening. So I am going to find the beginning of this. And I can just go through with the arrow keys to find the first frame. Okay, so first frame. So now I click, I hit I on my on my keyboard, and that shows in. And then here is my show opening. Dun 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 dun, kind of fun. Okay, and then we get, it's only like 10 seconds. Okay, there is the out. So then I can press O, and right here you'll see that it has selected that part. Now I can grab this, and it brings both the audio and video down together. And then now I put that together. I'm going to just get rid of this space. I can just highlight that and hit delete, or I can grab it and move it. These are like little Lego blocks.
Let's talk about that today.
Oh, look at that. I had an extra frame in there. You see that? Well, that's not very good, is it? Okay, so I can just zoom on in, and I want to get rid of that frame. So I just move it over one, and then again, I'm going to use the razor blade tool, hit right here, and I'll tell you it's a lot faster when you just use hotkeys. So I will share that with you if you'd like. Okay, and then so now we go from here. And then it goes into my opening. I'm going to zoom out a little bit because there's going to be an extra frame right here. So I'm going to want to grab this and slide it over.
Hi, I'm Scott Wilhite, the Record Yourself Video Coach.
And it's not playing very well because I'm doing a screen record at the same time so that I can show you this. But that's how easy it is for you to make little edits. And you saw I got rid of that place where I messed up my name. And anyway, it's super simple. It works kind of like little Lego blocks as you connect them together. So let's say I wanted to show you how to do that. Oh, you know what? The other thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to export it. So first of all, let's run over to the closing part.
We're going to jump over to the computer.
Okay. Actually, that's not the closing part of this show, but that's where we then take you to what we're doing right now. I'll just, you can grab the end of it and slide it over. It'll snap to your playhead, and you've got your piece. Now, if I wanted to export this out, this is the other part that you're going to want to know. I mean, you want to get footage in, but you got to get it out, right? Okay, DaVinci Resolve is so simple for you to use. So at the bottom of your screen, you'll see it says Media, Edit. We do all of our edits in Edit. In fact, you don't even need to use Media because Edit will help you organize that anyway. You jump over to Deliver, and this is where you get to send it out. Now, one of the things that you'll want to do, I'll just show you, is you may need to pick your in and out points. You might have other things on the timeline back here that you were just using as pieces, but you actually don't want that in your recorded video, and so you'll need to select in and out right here. And so what you do is you just play through, or you move your playhead to where you want it to go, and then again click I to begin for the in, or O to get out. But let's say I want to take this whole clip, I want to export it out. Now what DaVinci Resolve has done up here is they made it super simple. You can choose, you can use ProRes Master. I don't recommend that, especially if you're just starting out. You can do an H.264 master, which is pretty universal. But what I found to be super helpful is to pick either YouTube or Vimeo. I actually like Vimeo settings better. I think the picture quality is sharper. But DaVinci Resolve has figured out kind of the best settings for you to use. So I click that. I will give this a name. Let's call it Test 1, a very creative name like that. What I need to do now is find a location. Where do I want this saved to? What I do is I have external hard drives, let's see, where I export out my, I mean, that's where I save all my media because it just eats up my hard drive really fast. So I choose a selection, a destination. I select a destination. So this is what it's going to be named, Test 1. Here's the location. I can adjust these settings, but for right now, I would just recommend going with what they recommend when you pick either YouTube or Vimeo. You add it to render queue, and then the other thing you need to do is right over here, you need to hit Start Render, and that will render out your show. That will render out your video. So anyway, I just wanted to show you how easy it is to do that. Check out my other video on how to edit a video and add pictures if you'd like to make your videos more exciting by adding what I call B-roll. Not just what I call it, but what people call B-roll, that is extra footage or photos or other things to add interest as you're going through your video. But with that, hopefully that gets you started on editing your video on your computer. Hey, I hope you liked that episode. If you were trying to figure out what kind of gear to get, check out my gear guide. I've gone through a lot of equipment, figured out what works really well. Happy to share that with you.